New tonight at 6, improving the relationship between Memphians and Memphis finest. How one Mid-South group is working to restore the public's trust in the police department. Memphis Tiger fans packed the Tiger bookstore to get their paws on some exclusive merchandise. And a special guest was there to autograph it all. We'll take you to meet and greet with DJ Stephans coming up. Plus a facelift for a vital part of the National Civil Rights Museum. Why a few more nips and tucks are needed.
Live from WATN TV in high definition, you're watching Local 24 News at 6.
Tonight's top story, making amends with police. Good evening, I'm Jackie Orozco. Jeff has a night off. Residents in Frazier had a chance to voice their opinion and concerns about Memphis police. Some of their issues, police brutality, male cops acting inappropriately with female residents, and race issues. Local 24's Yvette Whiteside explains how the Mid-South Peace and Justice Center is trying to improve the public's relationship with police. She joins us live in Midtown Memphis. And Yvette, I hear things got heated in the meeting?
Yeah, well, Jackie, several people told me they felt good about today's event because the open forum allowed them a chance to voice their opinions about issues in the community. Now, dozens of people gathered at Union Grove Church for the community relations event held in Frazier today. Those in the community got a chance to voice their issues they have with police. Topics that were addressed included race issues, male and female conflicts, and power and powerless issues. Although some moments got heated than others, the event ended with both sides talking about solutions on how to improve community police relations in a positive way. Organizers say the questions and issues from citizens will be sent to Police Director Tony Armstrong for review. Folks say they were pleased with today's event.
Today's event, I think it was a very successful event, and I got a lot out of it because I got a chance to express myself. It's really great. It's really something to think about, you know what I'm saying? It gives us a chance to better ourselves.
The CPR project will host another open forum for the public to discuss community issues on July the 13th. Live in Midtown, Yvette Whiteside, Local 24 News.
Thanks, Yvette. New at 6, a violent morning across the Bluff City. 4 people shot, 3 dead. The first shooting happened just after 2:30 this morning at a home in South Memphis. Police were called to the 2300 block of Silver Cove. That's where they found 2 men shot. A 66-year-old was pronounced dead on the scene. The second victim, a 21-year-old man. He's at the med in critical condition. If you have any information that could help investigators with this case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. About an hour and a half later from that shooting, officers responded to a third shooting at the drive-thru of an East Memphis McDonald's. In the 1300 block of Ridgeway, officers found a man with a gunshot wound. He died before paramedics arrived. Police say 2 men were at the drive-thru window when a man opened the rear door of their Jeep and tried to get in. Somebody in the Jeep then shot the victim. Officers are questioning the 29-year-old triggerman. So far, no charges have been filed. And just before 5 this morning, before having your cup of joe, a 4th shooting. This time it was in Berkeley and it involved a married couple. Police say a woman was shot inside her home in the 800 block of Sumter Street. She died before paramedics arrived. According to investigators, the victim and her 53-year-old husband were arguing over a gun. Then she was shot. Officers arrested the husband. No charges have been filed yet. 10 days until the Memphis and Shelby County schools merge, and school board members have yet to make a decision about corporal punishment. It's just one of the many policies still up in the air right now. The school board met last week during a work session. Among the many things up for discussion, corporal punishment. Memphis City Schools banned that practice in 2004, but the paddle policy is still in place for Shelby County schools, but rarely used. The Unified District Superintendent Dorsey Hobson tabled the item again. He wants to discuss it with the board for a vote in July.
The superintendent said it was because they haven't had time to do all the research we asked for. I have a feeling he pulled it because he knows it's going to generate quite a bit of heated discussion.
And that's because many parents are split about corporal punishment. Other things that also need to be hashed out by the board: if cell phones will be allowed in the unified school system, and whether to recognize labor unions. The board meets again this Tuesday. The push to de-annex Cordova is going strong. One group of residents have collected hundreds of signatures so far. The group is called Cordova's Voice. Members are trying to collect at least 44,000 signatures on a petition against the annexation of Cordova. They're hoping that will be enough for Memphis City Council to put the issue of annexation on the ballot and let the people vote on it. Members aren't slowing down either. The group has been going door to door collecting signatures since last week.
This is pretty much just a grassroots effort for the citizens to finally get their voice heard because they never had one when they were annexed in the first place. So what we're trying to do is just get our voices out there so that we can actually get a choice on whether we want to be a part of the city of Memphis or not, and just pretty much hold our future in our own hands.
You don't have to live in Cordova to sign. Anyone who's a registered voter in Memphis has a voice. If you want to join the effort, you can download the petition, collect signatures, and turn them in to the next Cordova's Voice meeting on July 11th. We made it easy for you too. Go to our homepage, localmemphis.com, and click on the Find It section. Local 24 has continuing coverage tonight on the renovations to the Civil Rights Museum. Construction crews are well into phase 2 of its renovation project of the Lorraine Motel. Museum workers showed the public a series of photos and videos of what's been done so far. The $27 million project will have new lights, new architecture, and things to the public hasn't seen before.
Every exhibit will be renovated. All the public spaces will be refreshed and renewed and have new finishes and some new visitor amenities. So it'll be a whole new museum.
Even though the museum is partially open, people can go to other places like the outdoor balcony of where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. We asked folks if they would come back next year when the renovations are complete. Hear what they think so far, and we'll show you more on what to expect when the project is finished. It's all new tonight at 10. Local in Tennessee tonight, scientists in the eastern part of the state have found what is thought to be America's oldest cave art. Most of the paintings and carvings discovered on the Cumberland Plateau dates back around 500 years. But radiocarbon dating shows one painting was made in east central Tennessee about 6,000 years ago. The collection of works are thought to be part of a pattern that stretches from Kentucky to Alabama. Scientists say they show how the continent's prehistoric inhabitants viewed the universe. He's known for his incredible athleticism and his amazing dunking skills. Now we're talking about the one and only DJ Stephans. Today, Memphis Tiger fans packed the Tiger bookstore to get their paws on some of his exclusive merchandise. The Dunk Master was also on hand to sign autographs and take pictures. DJ says he's very grateful for all the love and support the town has showed him over the years.
I'm really grateful. This actually turned out a lot better than I expected. I'm really happy that everybody's here just to support me, and just everybody wants me to do good, and everybody's just waiting to see what happens on Thursday, and I'm excited about it.
Thursday's the NBA draft. Stephans worked out with the Memphis Grizzlies last week, and he's hoping to be the Bluff City's Bears' second-round pick. The Grizzlies have never drafted a former Tiger, but with everything that Stephans is going for him, this could be the year. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Grizz Nation got a chance to test drive their seats for the upcoming NBA season. The FedEx Forum held an open house this morning. Fans got a first-hand look at available seats as well as how much they will cost you. The first 200 fans inside today also got some free Grizzlies gear. Now everyone loves that. If you couldn't make it out to the Grindhouse, you can still sign up for season tickets. We've got everything you need to know on our website, localmemphis.com, and click on Find It. Next time you buy something, you may want to think twice before giving out your zip code. Find out how stores are using that information to help profile you and your purchase. Plus, prepare for cute overload. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for the story. We'll take you to the pool party just for puppies next.
You're watching Local 24 News at 6.
Now it's time for the cute factor to go through the roof. Now, are you ready for this? Because I know I am. Mid-South Spay and Neuter Services held a pup pool party today in downtown Memphis. The little doggies got a chance to meet a few furry friends as well and make a few splashes in this heat. And while the pups were having a great time, that wasn't the only reason for the Dog Days of Summer event today.
You recognize this?
So we're really trying to raise awareness about the mission of spaying and neutering to prevent pet overpopulation, and we think fun events are a good way to bring this out.
Oh, I wish I was there to watch them. Today's pool party was the first event in the Dog Days of Summer campaign. Local 24 has a consumer alert for you tonight. You may want to think twice if a sales clerk asks you for your zip code after swiping your credit card. Giving that zip code could lead the retailer and maybe some folks who could be up to more menacing thoughts to get other information about you. Ryan Todd explains.
Joanna Davis says the situation was so absurd, she laughed out loud in her car afterward. She'd tried to return an item at an Ulta beauty store near Sacramento. They asked for her zip code, which she didn't want to give them. What happened when you refused to give them your zip code?
When I refused to give them my zip code, they called the manager. She wanted it and then said that she couldn't go forward with providing me with a refund or store credit or whatever.
Davis says it led to an ugly confrontation in the store. For many of us, it doesn't get that far. We're often asked for our zip codes when we make a purchase and think nothing of giving it. But if a sales clerk sees your name while swiping your card, then gets your zip code.
Stores can take this information to a data broker and ask them to match up the name with the zip code in order to get the person's home address. And they can get other information too. They might be able to get email address or phone number as well.
Chris Hufnagel, who teaches privacy law at the University of California, Berkeley, says retailers can take that information and target you for marketing campaigns, even share it with other retailers. He says they can gain information about your income, whether you've gone through bankruptcy. Experts say the practice is not unlike what political targeting groups use to find independent voters in certain zip codes. But those political groups usually don't match names to addresses. Retailers, experts say, often do. There are now lawsuits in some states over whether the practice is legal or should be. Hufnagel says retailers are usually playing within the rules when they go to data brokers to get added information about you. A worst-case scenario, he says, is the possibility that some employees might move outside the lines.
Employees of a store might decide to stalk you or might simply decide you're good-looking and to show up at your house or call you.
From Local 24, the Mid-South's most accurate forecast with meteorologist Sean Parker.
Well, the first weekend of summer has been textbook so far, but you're looking right now at what's going to happen tonight, or at least a scene of it. A better rain chance out there for you, but certainly not a wash of a week. Summer, textbook summer. Also, remember, you can follow us on Facebook. We want to talk to you. Weather, find our weather team on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and search Local Memphis. Everything you need to know right there.
Well, Sean, I was expecting some good news. That's depressing. Hot and humid all week.
Now you're just making me feel bad.
We just report and then come back to the studio with air conditioning. So thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Now, there's a new big man on the University of Memphis campus, and he plays basketball for the Tigers. Freshman Dominic Woodson hopes to provide an inside presence for the U of M, but first, he has to push away from the table. That's coming up in sports.
We do believe it's been coming true for us lately.
Monday night, to get it on. We'll see, best of three.
Well, Marcus, I do have to ask you, did they ever call you "Where's the beef" when you played professional football?
They call me a lot of things.
Sorry, I had to ask. Right. Thanks, Marcus. Now, the heat is on in the Mid-South. Sean Parker has the final look at weather next.
Climbing, heat index near 100 by Wednesday.
So for runners like us, we have to keep hydrated, right?
Oh yeah, run at about 5:15 in the morning.
That early? My goodness.
Yeah, well, the sun comes up at that point, and it's just a scorcher, as my mom would say, from that point on.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for joining us. See you back at 10.